Yay! I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so excited to be here to share with you guys the Psychic Tendencies Challenge Day 1. This is like my most popular challenge that I host here and there. And I'm going to share with you guys all about psychic seeing today and psychic hearing. If you have those tendencies, you see a lot of people think that you have to be like born with this or that a normal person can't develop into it, but that is absolutely not true. So much is going on right now because of all the eclipses that we've been having. We're opening up a new chapter over this whole world. We're going through a new paradigm, right? People are waking up, having these wild experiences, and they don't know what to do about it. They don't know why they're having them, and I'm here to help explain that to you this week. So pumped up. One of the big things with spiritual awakening experiences is most people are just going through the motions of society, right? The biggest question that people have that gets answered when you grow through your spiritual awakening and you develop into your abilities is that you get to find out who you are. Like, how many of you guys have these questions? Like, who am I really? Like, who am I? Right? You get to find out what you are actually capable of, right? Going through the motions of society, you just get stuck into this box and you don't stretch out and see what am I actually capable of, energetically speaking, right? Not necessarily like going to college and learning how to be a doctor or whatever of those things. Those are external things. I'm talking about what are you capable of on the inside. And then the other question people ask when they're having their spiritual awakening or when they're starting to question life is, why are you really here? Why are you really here? And how can you help others? Because most people, generally speaking, want to help others and want to feel value and want to be able to help change our world, change our paradigm, right? So you guys, I'm hoping that you're going to love this challenge. I already know you're going to. It's going to blow your damn mind and it's going to leave you with a lot more questions. And that is fine because towards the end of this week, I have something that I'm going to share with you that is going to help you wrap your head around everything that I'm about to share with you. So let's start talking about clairvoyant tendencies. So clairvoyance is psychic seeing, right? Clairvoyants have been known to have psychic visions, be able to make predictions, be able to do all these things. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But what I want to ask you guys is some simple, very simple questions for you to answer so you can start to realize, oh my gosh, maybe I'm having these experiences and they're actually psychic experiences. So the main thing with clairvoyance, with just psychic visions, is raise your hand, you guys, or comment on these videos. I'm live here in your spiritual awakening community on Facebook. Please come with us in that community. And I'm also live on my YouTube channel, Brandaline Johnson. If you're watching there, please push like and subscribe and share with your friends. But do you daydream a lot? Are you a daydreamer, right? Like, did you get in trouble at school for like daydreaming all the time? And the teacher would have to be like, Brandaline, pay attention. We're having this assignment up here, right? Let's see. Okay, my computer was going a little bit slow. Do you daydream a lot? Like, is that you? Do you find yourself like staring into space? So are people like, where'd you go? My husband used to say that to me all the time, my late husband. Can you be like watching the TV and not actually watching the TV? You're like somewhere else, right? Like somebody sitting next to you and says, did you just see that on the TV? And you're like, oh no, I was like not even there. Like literally you're not there. Is that you? Do you love art? Are you a very visual person? Do you create something from your imagination and then bring it out into this world? These are all tendencies of clairvoyance. Do you dream like crazy? Are you a dreamer, like at night even? Do you dream like crazy? And maybe some of them don't even make sense, but it's very, very visual, like dreams. Like some people don't dream or can't remember their dreams, but do you dream? Are you very visual in your dreams? One of the things that I noticed in the very beginning of my like awakening before I started teaching intuition and mediumship development is I would be in the grocery store and I'd be standing in line behind somebody in the grocery store and I would just start to imagine things about them. And I started to wonder if those things that I imagined about them was actually true. But at the time I didn't know what was happening. My gifts were firing and misfiring. That's what's happening when you're having these experiences. If you're not a developed clairvoyant, you might have some of these experiences, but if you're not developed, you're not going to know that some of the things that you're seeing are actually true. But so do you imagine things about strangers that when you're standing in the grocery store, like, do you imagine like, I think he has a cute little tiny dog. Oh, that's kind of weird that I would see a little dog while I'm staring at the back of this guy's head. Um, some of these, what just to explain what that would be, is what we call crumbs in the psychic world. Is that you're just picking up on things that are very obvious. They're just so prominent on that person's energetic field that it's randomly firing for you. That you're like, I think that guy has a little dog. Another big thing that people that have clairvoyant tendencies, and let me know if that this is you guys, right? I don't know if I can see your comments or not. I see y'all on here watching with me, but I don't know if I could see your comments. So I might have to come back and engage with you after the live. But do you see faces when you close your eyes at night? Do you see faces of strangers? You don't know who they are, but there's like faces coming at you. Another one, like, do you randomly see dead people? This isn't not necessarily a normal one, but I do get messages like, oh my God, I saw this dead guy standing on the corner of my street. I don't know why, right? So that would be a clairvoyant experience, a tendency. So, but here's the problem with all you guys having all these experiences saying, yes, Brandalene, I daydream, I stare into space, I think all these thoughts, I dream, I do art, I create things from my mind, right? I imagine things and then I want to create them. The thing is you don't know how to use this ability. It's firing and it's misfiring. You don't know how to use it. You don't know how to access it at will. So people that work with me, right? My developed clients, this is some examples of what these developed clients go on to do. And keep in mind, all you guys that are watching this right now, are watching this for a reason, because you want to know more, because you maybe are having these experiences and you don't understand it. And you're watching this because you know that you're a big integral part of creating change on this planet. And you know that the societal norms does not feel right in your stomach and you're looking for answers. Okay. So when my clients develop into this, their whole life freaking changes. It's freaking crazy. They're able to see inside people, right? For example, they're able to see inside of somebody, give them a body scan and see the cells, even if they don't have medical knowledge. When you work with spirit and you're developed as a clairvoyant, right, a psychic seer, they will show you, hear the words SHOW, when you call on them to work with you and be like, I want to know about what's inside this person's body. Spirit will show you via your clairvoyance what's going on in their body. So you're able to do like more health scans. You're able to help find missing people because you could see in your freaking head where that missing person is. Are they in captivity? Who are they with? Where are they? Are they passed away? Is the missing person passed away? Are they laying under a bush? Right? So you're able to see these things. If you decide to develop into your mediumship, which you can, and we'll talk about mediumship on Thursday. So you guys need to make sure that you're registered for the challenge so that if you're not here on the live, you get the replay. Okay. If you decided to, work in mediumship and you use your clairvoyance, you are able to like literally see dead people and communicate with them visually, right? So I can get messages from people visually. Now, when you develop, you also will end up developing your other clairs. So you might have more than one, like visually. But for me, it's a lot of visual. And for me, they show me their outfits that they're wearing. They show me the movements that they make, like tap dancing. I had a gentleman step in and tap dance in my office once. So they're doing like charades, letting you know what they look like, what they're wearing, and and what it is that they do. That helps your client or the person that, or your own self, know that, oh my gosh, my client would be like, she wore that outfit all the time. I have a picture of her in that outfit. We buried her in that outfit. And my grandpa does tap dance or used to tap dance. So it gives them validation that you're really connecting with their loved ones, which is a most amazing healing thing that mediums can do. Again, we'll talk about mediumship on Thursday. You can communicate via visual, right? Psychic visions. You'll get psychic visions that can help others. So for example, if someone asks me a specific question, like finding your lover, like it's 11:11, I think it's so cute. Like I used to do a lot of find your lover readings because I could look at you and then I could see what your lover looks like, right? So bringing through the person's lover, seeing through time and space, right? Because when we're clairvoyant and you're developed, right? Because I'm talking in the beginning of this video about tendencies. Now I'm talking about what will happen if you developed, and what some of my clients have experienced. Seeing through time and space. That's how, like we were talking about finding missing people, right? Or remote viewing, being able to go back into time and see things that happened. There's an amazing experience with this, right? You're able to essentially see a target when you're developed into your clairvoyance, right? So if I asked you a specific question, you're going to go in and you're going to see the answer, right? So who should I hire? As for an assistant, right? And then a clairvoyant would be like, I see her and she looks like this and she's blonde and she's bubbly and she wears these types of clothes and she's got a nose ring. Then I'd be like, that's my assistant, Samantha. Right? You see what I'm saying? But like I had a specific question. Or even questions like, which job should I take? So then you just go into more visual. I see a building. It looks like this. And so then your client would be like, oh, okay, it's the right, it's not this job, it's this job. Or when will I move into this house? And then you can be able to see the ground and be able to see, oh, it's snowing. So you're going to move in the winter. So these are just some things that you can do with your clairvoyance when you are developed. And it just gets really freaking magical, because are you developing it so that you could sit around and do readings? No, not necessarily. You can, but it creates so much more magic in your life because you're able to get guidance from your spirit guides, your angels, and your loved ones via visual, right? So this is clairvoyance, psychic seeing. All right, so now I'm going to jump into clairaudient tendencies, which is psychic hearing tendencies. And this is a fun one. I remember in the beginning of my, spiritual awakening, I was clairvoyant from the get-go. I was clairsentient, and we'll talk about clairsentience and empathy tomorrow. But I remember hearing a voice in my bedroom, and she was like, hi, good morning. And I was like, shut the hell up. I did not want, hell no, do not be talking to me, right? So the neat thing is when you work with me, I could teach you how to make these things stop. Somebody just messaged me today, and she was one of my previous clients, and she's like, I'm so glad I work with you, because I used to be scared of my own abilities. I used to be scared of these things that happen, and now I understand it is an aspect of me. So I'm so grateful for her message today. So clairaudience is a fun one. It's psychic hearing. Okay. So clairaudient psychic hearing could be a voiceless voice in your head. It could be a voice outside of your head. Okay. And when I say a voiceless, or it could be a voice in your head, or you could hear it outside of your head. That's why I say it's so fun. And I love working with my clients, because a lot of this is about figuring out who you are, what you're capable of, how this ability works for you, and then honing in on it and making your life fucking magical, right? So people that with clairaudience, psychic hearing tendencies, they usually love music, like love music. They might even write music. You may write music because you love it. You may sing. This is a big thing with angels, you guys, clairaudience, big thing with angels. You may hear sounds inside of sounds. How many of you guys have had your bathroom fan on, or a fan in your bedroom and you're kind of just zoning out. And then all of a sudden you hear like music coming from the fan. Like how many of you guys have heard a sound coming from a sound? Or how many of you guys, like I listen to a sound machine at night with the white noise. Have you ever heard voices start coming out of your white noise sound machine, or music coming out of your fan? Or have you ever been vacuuming and then heard something come from the vacuum? These are all tendencies of clairaudient psychic hearing. Um, a sound, hearing a sound come from a sound is kind of freaky, but it's really super cool too. Also, clairaudience, like I was saying, can be a voiceless voice. It could be, and sometimes it's a thought. It's a thought that does not belong to you. Okay. You did not create this thought. You don't even know where this damn thought came from, but it's a stream of thought. It's not to be confused with claircognizance, which is psychic knowing. Like you just know, you don't know how you know. Clairaudience is more like a stream of information came in and then you have it. So for example, like, my late husband speaks to me in using clairaudience via telling me about a verse of a song. He'll tell me a verse of a song. Like it happened to me in the closet, like not too long ago, and I was talking to him in the closet, and I hear a verse of a song, and I'm like, oh, I heard that song before. Feeling good, like I should. And so that's clairaudience, right? But then going to listen to the song, and then every word of that song was like this huge message that he was watching me start walking. Those of you guys that know me know that I started walking about a year and a half ago, or more, like a year ago, big time walking. And in that song, he was saying, I'm watching you walk around the neighborhood, and even though things are down, you're going to pick yourself back up, or something along those lines. So hearing messages that are related to songs, or do you hear a song and straight up that that's a message from a loved one? So you could, like, my loved one tells me the verse of the song, then I go research it and listen to the whole song, and then it's a whole message from him. Or if you're present enough, you might hear a song and just be like, wow, I was just thinking of my husband and that was our song. How weird is that? Right? So these are just random experiences. You don't know how to use it, right? These are just random experiences. Also, another thing I wrote down here too is remember I was saying it's a stream of thought coming in. So this would be great for people that are writers. And as you could tell, like when I sit down to write, I invite my spirit team, and we write down some serious fucking shit. So an author, like I'm an author. This is big time clairaudience, okay? But you don't know how to use it, right? Once developed though, right? Once developed though, let me tell you, my hearers, I call them my hearers, my clients that have worked with me and developed their hearing, are phenomenal psychics and phenomenal mediums. Okay, we all have amazing abilities, and spirit only sends you the people you can help. So if you're out there watching this and you're like, I'm a clairsentient and I wish I could psychically hear, oh, maybe I'm not as good as a psychic hearer. No, that's a bunch of bullshit your ego's bringing up. But psychic hearers are great because they hear. Also, do you ever hear your name being called and nobody's there? That's a huge sign that spirit's letting you know that you have that ability, that they want to work with you, especially with mediumship. Okay. My psychic hearers are amazing at mediumship because the past loved one comes in and talks to the medium, and they hear a word or phrases or names. Like people ask me when I did do readings, or even when I do psychic coaching, do you know what's the name of this? A lot of times I wouldn't get a name because clairaudience was not my strong suit. Remember, because at the beginning I told them not to talk to me. But they get full messages. They could hear full messages, or really great with diagnosis too, because they could be like, I hear the word cancer. I hear the word go do this. I hear the word, I hear drink burdock root tea or whatever. Like you get full stronger messages. Whereas like with me, with the clairvoyance, I would see the tea, right? And I would maybe smell the tea with my other clairolfactory. And then maybe I would hear as well, or feel the feeling clairsentience of what that tea feels like. So they hear the full messages. My developed clairaudience students, they work with angels a lot. Now, spirit can also use your clairaudience once you're developed to get your attention. So they might call your name. They're still not allowed to call my name. I would still freak out. Like, you could talk to me, but don't be calling my name, because my name is so unique, Brandoline, that I would know, oh my God, oh my shit, they're really talking to me. Like, I'm not scared, but it's just that was the beginning thing. They're just not, don't call my name. But they might use your name to get your attention. Or I have heard the word stop really loud auditorily, and then was about to step on a big shard of glass, right? So they will get your attention by clairaudience, right? And you get names during readings. And you could sit down and journal and get answers for yourself. Whenever I share about this psychic development and like psychic tendencies, I always like to share that it was the most magical time in my life when I developed into my psychic and mediumship abilities, the most magical time in my life. And it has brought me to here. I don't necessarily sit and do readings anymore, but it has changed who I am. I know what I'm capable of, and I know why the fuck I'm really here. And that is the most magical feeling. And I have been able to help hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people step into their life purpose and whatnot. So developing this does not mean that you are going to go do readings, but you can monetize it right away. You will blow your mind in the first week of something that I'm about to share with you on Thursday, because if you signed up for the challenge, you get to find out before everyone else, darling. So this is what I covered today, was the clairaudience psychic hearing and clairvoyance psychic seeing. What tendencies do you think you have more of? You can have both, but which ones do you feel you have more tendencies of? And which one are you more interested in developing into? Which one intrigues you? Like, which one gets your belly excited? Clairvoyance, seeing the visions, or clairaudience, hearing? So join me again tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I will be live again, but make sure you sign up for the challenge. If you sign up for the challenge, you're going to get some serious freaking bonuses coming up. I have something where I want to get everybody in and give people like a little miniature reading. These are bonuses that are going to be happening, but you won't get access to those unless you're signed up for the challenge. It's brandoline.com/challenge. The link is in the comments on my YouTube, and I'll drop it here on the live in our group.